Hey everyone. Last week on SoftwareONE Radio's Tech Talk show, I was reminded that Exchange 2007 is coming end of support next April. And while that's only a year away, or some of you might think it's a year away, I don't even have to think about it right now. Over the years, I've seen a lot of companies who have taken that approach and then gotten behind the ball. There's always something that comes up that will delay a project that, hey, we've got a year, we've got 6 months. Oh no, we've got 3 months. It hit end of support. Now what do we do? So, I saw that last summer with Windows Server. A lot of companies, even though Windows Server 2003 was coming end of support, and I've been talking about it with them, and many other people have been talking about with them for a year or more, there just wasn't the sense of urgency at a lot of companies to get that taken care of. And I ran into a number of customers who just at the 11th hour were like, hey, we need to do something here. And the reality is to migrate to a newer version of Windows Server isn't just an overnight thing. In fact, I think I saw somewhere that it was somewhere around 200 days to fully migrate from Server 2003 to 2012. That was the average time that some companies were seeing, a lot of companies were seeing, to be able to make that migration happen. And there's a lot of things that need to be put in place just to be able to do that. Do you have the rights to the latest versions of Windows Server, SQL, Exchange, whatever is coming into support? Do you have to buy all new licenses? What kind of commitment do you need to get from your IT team? What do you need internally? Do you need, an SI to help you make that move? So while Exchange 2007 is only a year away, I definitely recommend that you start looking at are you going to migrate to the latest on-premise version of Exchange? Are you looking at moving to the cloud? Do you not want to have do you want this to be your last Exchange migration? If so, you should really take a look at Exchange Online. Maybe you want to have a hybrid setup. Maybe you're not fully invested in the cloud right now. You can move to the latest edition, the latest version of Exchange, and make that decision over time. So don't wait to make the migration to the latest edition of Exchange until next year, because those custom support agreements from Microsoft are extremely expensive. Last year when we were working on Windows Server 2003, I saw, somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000 per server. And when you start, that's a lot of money. When you start to add up how many servers that you have that are outdated, that becomes more expensive than actually buying the licenses and making the migration. And what happens is a lot of companies they hit end of support with one product, they need a custom support agreement for that one. Then they get behind on the next product and they need a custom support agreement on that one. And over time, you start really paying more in custom support agreements than you do in the actual licenses. And if you don't pay for those custom support agreements, then you're left with vulnerabilities in your environment. And neither of those scenarios is good. So please start, if you're on Exchange 2007 or if you're on any older version of software, please take a look at a migration path and start on it now, because it's going to save you a lot of money and a lot of time in the end. So I hope this is helpful. If you've run into issues like that, or if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. Thanks so much.